everyone, welcome back to my channel, Life Unfiltered with Rue. So today we're back with another video of chit-chatting, and what we have today is we're going to go to postpartum. First things first, post-hospital is brutal. Be it as a C-section or natural birth, it doesn't matter. It is brutal. Physically, you're bleeding inside. And I need you to understand this. If you have seen a placenta before, DMN, then you'd understand the size of the placenta and where it ripped off, and how big that wound is. We could say the size of a dinner plate, to be safe. You're internally bleeding. You're physically weak. Your hormones are... And during labor, you hardly sleep. So no matter how many days it goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you don't sleep. You are awake most of the time. And from the moment the baby is born, depends on the type of baby, depends on the situation you have. Some babies will sleep decently, some don't. Now, your wife has a C-section, do me a favor, help her get the baby to feed. Your wife has natural birth, get the baby to give her to feed. Wait for her to get comfortable, or whichever position she sits to feed the baby, and just handle what needs to be handled. If it's that she's formula feeding, make sure you sorted out the bottles for the formula, or you wash them and clean up what needs to be cleaned up. If it's diapers, change them. If it's bathing the baby, learn how to do it and do it. And another thing is, I wrote things down because I was worried I would forget some things. So when you see me looking down, I'm trying to remind myself some of the things that I wrote down. Take any disturbances away. So a baby will have phases where they sleep, wake up to feed, especially early days. It's waking up, feeding, sleeping, waking up, feeding, sleep. That's the routine. Now, do yourself a favor and help yourself with, whenever she's done breastfeeding the baby is asleep, take the baby away, put the baby to sleep. That's if she's not co-sleeping with the baby. So postpartum is going to be hard, and it will be hard, but only for a certain period of time. In the sense that you'll be sleep deprived. So in terms of the things that I am talking about, you will keep waking up. You keep waking up because the baby has woken up. And sometimes there's a baby that's sleeping 3 hours. There's a baby that's sleeping 2 hours. It depends. But all in all, you will be sleep deprived. And from sleep deprivation, you'll be exhausted to the point where you might not even know what day it is. You might not even know what's happening outside. And I would suggest, if you can go outside, go outside. Take chances, take turns, although sleep will be more of a priority than anything at the time. So I would say try to see as time goes on. The early days, yes, indoors is best because you can't really go out with baby. They're still fresh, they're still raw. So yeah, you might be indoors a little more. If you feel comfortable going outside with your baby, great. Take walks. It just getting that fresh air will be good for you. Okay, now when it comes to your wife or your partner, do yourself a favor and try to pretty much minimize as much as you can how much she has to stay around baby crying. If baby starts crying hysterically, try to take the baby away, because mentally women will go through those thoughts of, oh, am I a bad mother? Oh, what have I done wrong? Is it my milk? What's the problem? And truthfully speaking, breastfeeding is not easy. And some figure it out, some don't. And that's also okay. So even some suggestions, let them come from her to some extent, in terms of, you can put something forward, like an idea, like, oh, maybe let's try do it together with formula. Because let me tell you something, sometimes things don't go the way you planned. So you might think, oh my gosh, okay, I'm producing milk, and then you discover your milk is not enough. So and now you need to make a plan for that. So there's that. But don't ever say anything that makes her feel like she's doing a bad job, or she should start doubting herself, or whatever. Try to minimize statements that make her feel weird, that make her feel bad. Try to work with her through the process, because mentally she's already going through a lot. And I will not lie to you, from personal experience, it literally feels like your brains are going through a shift. I don't know how to explain it, but your brains go through a shift as a woman postpartum. And could be the hormones, could be something else, could be, I don't know, but something just happens to you that I can't explain, that happens to you mentally. And you might even feel like you're going crazy for a second, but it's just there. That's it. And then for some people, yeah, they're okay, it's not a big deal. But I'm just telling you in general what happens, so that you keep that in mind. Okay, take over the cooking. By all means, take over the cooking. Yes, you're going to be juggling baby, you're going to be juggling taking care of your wife, you're going to be juggling handling the pots. But if you can't order something in, if you can't have a maid that you can ask to handle it, if you don't have family that's helping out, take over the pots. You will have to do that, because the truth is, physically she won't be able to do it. It's already overwhelming, yes, for the both of you, and you're doing it both of you for the first time. So just handle what needs to be handled, especially the first week, 2 weeks. Handle what needs to be handled. If you can, give it time to rest. And in a way, let me say, give yourself both time to rest. If you can, sit down and talk, or maybe come up with an idea of how to work around the clock that's there. Be it, it's like you're taking the baby away and handling everything to do with baby during the day whilst she's sleeping, and then in the night she goes on to handle anything to do with baby in the night. Be it it's waking up to feed, change diapers, or whatever. Like, have that conversation, so that both of you in a way have shifts. And when you're getting that shift to sleep, then it's like catching up and shutting down for a little bit, even if it's just a few hours, so that you might not be fully reboot, but you have at least, caught up somewhere. Now, all this that I'm stating is only going to happen for a certain period of time, because you might be lucky you have a baby that starts sleeping through the night early. If you don't, well, that's a bit of a tough one. But still, at the same time, just remember, it's only for a certain period of time, so that you can manage the situation that's there. As soon as things start getting better, the burden gets less. Just keep that in mind, because you might start thinking, oh my gosh, but now that means my whole life I need to be taking care of my wife and whatever. No, that's not the case. When she starts getting back into that space of being able to do a lot of things, you will notice that probably she's handling the cooking, she's handling whatever else that she used to handle. But at the same time, don't expect the same person back, because yeah, a baby changes a lot. That's what you need to remember. Another thing is, please book a therapist for your wife if you can, because that mental shift is brutal on the brain. I know I keep using the word brutal, but that's the best way I can describe some of those things. Book a therapist for your wife. Make sure she goes to therapy. If it's a virtual one, that would be best. She can do it whenever and wherever, which would be great. And if you can, during the day, when the baby starts sleeping better, during the day, if you can, just tell her to go do what women do outside. Take the baby, let her go do, be it it's her hair, her nails, I don't know, whatever she wants to do outside, let her go do it. And then sometimes go out with her and the baby and just take a walk and breathe. It helps a lot mentally, physically, for her to also just be taking walks outside. And to get out of that space that she would have been for quite a bit. Another thing is, if you are working, please take days off. The urge to go back to work and take care of your family, I understand. But if you can afford to, take days off and take care of your family. At the end of the day, this phase is not meant for women alone. It's meant for the entire family unit to actually experience. And whatever she is going through, go through it with her. Go through it together. Because that transition, if you go through it together, trust me, it will do you better than harm. And it will do you so much good than harm. And I'm speaking for you yourself as a man. You will start learning your child from that phase, from the moment that they got into the house. I mean, women experience bonding with their babies from breastfeeding and all sorts of things, but you can start from there. The moment they come in, do skin to skin, put them on your chest, do whatever else. Start knowing their routines, start picking up on, oh, okay, they cry if this happens, oh, okay, they sleep better if I do this, and whatever. Do all that. That way you start learning your child from that point, and you start bonding with them from that point. And don't look at it as a job, but look at it as you taking part in your family, as a part of the family. Okay, what else do I need to tell you guys? Okay, so give your wife some grace. Give your partner, give your wife some grace. You're both first timers at it. Be it it's your first child, your second child, you're first timers. It's your first time with the first child. It's the first time with a child and another child in the space. So don't be so hard on each other. Don't expect her to know everything. Neither should she expect you to know everything. Work with each other in figuring it out. Work with each other in learning how to do what needs to be done. And when you're at the hospital and you're lucky enough to have a nurse that can explain certain things, or you have resources that help you with learning certain things, please use them. And I don't mean only your wife, I mean her too. Go to her appointments with her from the beginning to I don't know, beyond. You might not be able to make up for all of them, to make time for all of them, but try your best to actually be there for most of them. Um, don't be caught up in the little things. The bigger picture is the entire family, not just your wife, not just you. Um, and lastly, I would say take care of each other, um, because nothing surpasses that. When you do that, when you pay attention to each other and listen attentively and actually take note, like, oh my gosh, this and that needs to be, oh, she's not okay. You will know what to do with most situations. And when you don't know, ask, what do you need me to do? What can I handle? What can I do to make you feel better? And being a parent, what I would say is the most selfless thing to do. So you don't put yourself first anymore. It's a whole lot of things that come first. Despite wanting certain things, you start putting a hold to certain things because certain things start taking a priority. And once you start understanding that, you will view things from a place where it's easier to then maneuver and handle what needs to be handled. Because instead of thinking, oh, okay, I need to go watch a football match at the bar today, because that's what I always used to do. Well, life is not what it used to be anymore. It's now different. It's now a different setup, and you now need to start applying yourself from a place of understanding that it's now a different setup, and expecting yourself to be watching football matches at the bar every Thursday. Maybe now try to figure out a way to squeeze that in even a few minutes until it reaches a time. Like I said, some of these things are sacrifices that you're making for a certain period of time, so that, for that certain period of time, things work and everyone is in a good place. And once that phase is over, you find that at some point you'll have more than enough time on your plate to actually go watch football at the bar. Just saying. But anyways, those are the tips that I had for you, and I hope this manages to help a lot of people. If there are any things that I forgot postpartum, please do state them in the comments, and share whatever helped you during the time that you experienced it, or from watching somebody else experiencing it. And I'm sure that will help. And please, if you are in a space where actually you're able to afford a maid, do get one to handle a lot of things around the house so that you and your wife can focus on your baby. And if you can, at some point later, get her to, I don't know, you can book a gym membership, or I don't know, pay for a gym membership, or book for Zumba class that happens every other something, for her to just go exercise and enjoy herself, or whatever else that she likes doing. If it's reading books that she's into or that she used to be into, even an hour a day, that would be good enough to actually just decompress. Because at some point, yes, she will be more on the baby than you, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that it doesn't keep you overstimulated or anything. So that period that you allow her to just take a minute away from the baby, not allow as such, but let me not use the word allow. Let's say that moment that you take the baby away for her to have time for herself, that's actually the way it is. It allows her to just decompress, for her to just have a moment to herself and focus on herself for a second and do what she likes. That on its own, that will help her also just, reset a little bit to come back to baby. I hope this will help someone out there. And do like, share, and subscribe if it's your first time here and you haven't subscribed. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Good night.